steer wrestling, Ryan Swayze, 4 and 5. Thought that might be good enough to get it back, but he loses out on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, 4 and 5 does come back, but those times they go back to the guy that was the best in the average, and of course that is Matt Deskovick. Good run, 4 and 5, he advances.
Doing exactly what he needed to do. Bo Clark also in that final 4. Good run, 3 and 9.
Yeah, great run for Bo Clark. He's going to make it back in fine shape. And, of course, what do you know? Another Duval steps to the forefront. Riley Duval this time. 3 and 9 for young Riley. He makes it back to the final 4.
Quickest run in the semifinal round, though, is Drew Melvin. 3 and 3 wins the semis. We're going to toss those times out as the top 4 come back. Deskovick will start on the left side there all the way to Melvin. And, of course, got some guys that are good veterans in there in Melvin. But Duval, a name to remember, as you mentioned, that's a superstar in the making.
Yeah,
right
no
there.
question about it. He's won, what, 2 national high school championships, almost 3. This boy's amazing.
Absolutely, and Matt Deskovick will be the first to go. And, boy, so far the trend has been fast times to put the pressure on the guys to follow.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And he'd like to do it right here. Good run started. Boy, this steer looks good. He really took his head away from him. And 3 and 9. So Deskovick, once again, the first guy out. 3-9. So now he's forced those guys. He's painted them into a corner. They are going to have to take some chances. Here's a look at steer wrestling. The rules, of course, much like tie-down roping, the fastest time wins. But remember, you have a hazer on the right-hand side. He's to keep the steer straight so you can get things started. And a barrier is in front of the cowboy. If you break it, it's a 10-second penalty.
And the first guys out so far have had a game plan, and they have executed it. And Deskovick at 3 and 9 is the cowboy to catch at the moment. 3 guys to follow, and it's going to be tough. Geico trivia question. This one's a little bit tricky. I'm not so sure a caveman would even be able to do it. What year did the All-American Finals begin? We'll have that answer coming up in just a minute as Bo Clark, Oklahoma Cowboy, gets set.
Well, we just watched Deskovick be 3-9, so he has to be right on the barrier. That means when it breaks in front of your horse, you almost want the horse pushing that string. He was a little off it. Nice run, great run as a matter of fact, but 4 and 1, and just that hair behind that barrier, he could have been a little tighter to it. That cost him right there. That was an excellent run though. Bo Clark, watch him. Slides that steer right there. Good timing, quick handling steer. Good run, but right now he's in second place.
Hey, Ted's a little disappointed. You know, 4 and 1 most of the time, you're happy with that. But in this format, good enough for second at the moment. And I have to sit and watch as Riley Duval gets set. We talked about his success at the high school level. How tough is that to carry that success over and be successful at this level?
I don't think a big deal if you're a Duval. His dad Sam right there on the Hazen side. He's got an Uncle Roy. I mean, all of them are steer wrestlers. And Riley Duval is 3-9. And, you know, he's tied right now with Matt Deskovick. But if you go back to the tiebreaker, and it's not done, Drew Melvin's yet to go. He will win the event because of it, so we'll wait and see what Drew does. But Riley Duval, I mean, he's just getting started. You watch this. This is a star in the making, no question about it.
National high school champion as a sophomore, as a junior, barely missed it as a senior. As you talked about, it's in his blood. Geico trivia question. What year did the All-American Finals begin? Well, actually 2008, but they changed the name last year, so that's why it was a little bit tricky. But it's a great event down here in Waco, Texas, and Riley Duval, thanks to the tiebreaker, has the edge, but has to sweat out Drew Melvin, who is way better than 3 and 9 in that semifinal round. Let's see if Lightning's going to strike twice.
Well, Drew's got a nice horse, and that's the thing. You've got to have a horse that breaks very hard right out of the barrier. Drew's got a good start. Down the arena, reaches for the nose, slides it over, but 4 and 2, not enough to get him in the top 2 to get a check in this round. And you know, nothing Drew did wrong right there. He just didn't have the steer he needed. That steer breaks. See how hard he runs? Drew's yellow horse really gets him through there good, but, you know, he tried to hurry that steer just a little bit. Not quite there. 4 and 2 for Melvin.
2 3-9s at the top of that leaderboard. Riley Duval, and I'll tell you what, thanks to the tiebreaker and the work he did in the semifinal rounds, that's going to get him the championship here at the All-American Pro Rodeo Finals. Outstanding rookie year in the PRCA, and here is a star in the making. The Duvals, they breed champions down there in Chicago, Oklahoma. Another one's on.